Bro, why do I just pull up out here like I'm laughing at something? Oh my gosh. Alright guys, I'm tired. Ah! But like I'm tired, alright guys. I was out today. I was out a lot. Literally, let's just say I was super busy, okay? I was super busy. I'm sorry, guys. I literally just ate. I literally just ate like a meal, bro. I literally just ate lunch, so I'm like, see, like, bro, like that was the lunch, bro. Anyway, let's just do it. Whatever. Let's get to the scary stories. Hey yo, hey yo, whoa. Shut up. Neighbor, you just have a white dog.
Back when I lived with an ex in LA, California, I had an orange and white female pit bull named Missy.
Aww.
One night, when I took her out front in my yard to go to the bathroom, my next door neighbor, I recognized him, but had never spoken with him before, was walking by. There was no other people around, and the street was completely empty besides him, myself, and my dog.
Yo.
He struck up conversation,
hey!
And suddenly and abruptly began quickly walking into my...
Bro! Wait. I'm sorry. I gotta see that again, bro. I gotta see that again, yo.
Struck up conversation, and suddenly...
He just walks... I'm sorry, bro. Bro, it's just... Who does that, bro? The middle of the night, you just walk, you smile, you're like... Like, come on.
Myself and my dog.
Let me see that one more time.
He struck up conversation, and suddenly and abruptly began quickly walking into my yard and right at me. He was big, gross, creepy, and probably...
Yo, go brush your teeth, bro. Let's see you got crooked teeth. You see, what I meant to say was... Guaya to brush your teeth, them, you dirty nasty boy.
In his 40s or 50s, while I was only 19.
Oh, God.
It was one of those moments where someone does one small thing that normally wouldn't seem threatening, but your instincts, your feelings, just immediately start telling you that something is wrong and you are in danger.
With his crooked teeth, bro.
My dog suddenly pulled at her leash, snarling and barking at the guy. She even had a line of fur down her back that was standing straight up. She was always the nicest dog, never acted that way. I guess her instincts were freaking out just like mine were. The man stopped dead in his tracks, stared at my dog with fear on his face, then looked up at me and asked me, "Does your dog bite?" And even though she never bit anyone, I lied and said, "Yeah, she bites," while looking him right in the eye and not blinking. He quickly backed out of my yard and rushed into his house and never tried to talk to me again, even though I lived next door to him for several years after that.
Whoa.
Years and years later, after I had broken up with my ex I lived with, I moved back home to Oregon. I was bored one day, and I'd recently learned that there's a website where you can see if any sex offenders live in your neighborhood. I decided to check it out because I loved going for walks at night, but no longer owned a dog who could protect me.
Oh, what happened?
I looked up my area where I lived, then decided to look up the area I had lived in.
Hey, wait! What happened to the dog?
California. A picture of that creepy next-door neighbor popped up on my phone. He was a sex offender, and the whole time I lived there, I never knew. So that's the story of how my dog saved me from being attacked by my neighbor who was a sex offender. I loved that dog, and I miss her.
Did he kill the dog? I think he actually killed the dog, though, actually. Because she never came back with him. Or her. I think the dog died, I'm not sure. Let's look at this one. True psychopath husband.
This is my story about how I met my psychopathic husband. 5 years ago, I married the sweetest and most handsome man in the world.
If you were psychopathic, bro, you would see the signs. There's no way you would say, oh, he's the sweetest. Oh, he's so sweet. No. Have some signs.
And I thought I was the happiest.
I was literally supposed to just chill and just watch this for the day, but this is insane.
I did not know a terrible hell awaits behind that happiness at that time. After the wedding, we were having so sweet a time every day. Then one morning, I tried to open my eyes with a strange feeling, but couldn't open my eyes.
Whoa.
I woke up screaming and realized that there was something sticky covering my eyes, nose, and mouth. And I dimly saw my husband smiling and holding something in front of me. I shouted, being startled, "What are you doing?" Then he said, "Honey, I was putting some honey on your face to make your skin look better." I pushed him and ran outside. My face was messed up with honey, and the honey flew into my eyes, nose, and mouth, making it hard to see and breathe. Then he shouted, "Let's have breakfast," and took the bread and shoved it into my mouth.
What?
My throat was choking, so I couldn't breathe properly. I screamed in pain and shouted for help, but he kept squeezing bread into my mouth so I couldn't speak. Shortly, I blacked out in the end. When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital and saw my husband crying next to me. He was shaking his shoulders like crazy, but it turned out he wasn't crying. He was actually laughing. I couldn't grasp reality for a while, hardly understanding why I was lying in the hospital. Then he said, "If you pass out, I can't play with you anymore, honey. Next time, if you feel like you'll pass out."
Yo, turn that off! Where, really? You put on a scary story, you put on that car noise. Come on.
"Tell me in advance. Then I'll give you a break." I just realized the situation and screamed in anger. "Why are you acting like a psycho all of a sudden?"
Exactly.
He answered after a short silence. "I've been waiting for this moment for the past 3 years. So long." His face looked to be thrilled. I was so shocked, so I burst into tears and shouted to him that I will call the police. Then he jumped up and shouted, "Shut up! Do you know how happy I am right now? Don't ruin my mood." He immobilized me, grabbing both of my hands. He held me in the hospital room for the rest of the day. Then he suddenly whispered softly, "In the meantime, I've been thinking about how to have fun with you every day, and I came up with a lot of ideas. Thank you for marrying me. Now I can play with you as much as I like." I cried at him in shock. Why the hell? Why? Then he laughed and licked my tears and whispered in my ear with a very small voice, "You were always a person who was always smiling." I hated saying that. "So, from now on, I'll always make you depressed. I'll make you live the rest of your life crying every day. Your tears are the most delicious to me." He laughed madly. I spit in his face, and he pulled back.
Oh! You didn't gotta go that far. You didn't. I'll be right back. You didn't gotta go that far, bro. You spit in somebody's face? What do you do that for? Why you go spit in someone's face? Really? 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 Too far. Oh, man.
Covering his face. Then I dashed out of the room and ran to the police station. And I begged the police not to let him come next to me. And I went through divorce proceedings with him right away. Fortunately, I was able to slowly get away from him and started going back to a normal life. Sometime after I broke up with him, he texted me for the last time. "It is a pity. I still had a lot left to do with you." Eventually I divorced him, and then what I heard about him was so shocking. It turned out that he had already been married and divorced 3 times before he married me. and I was told that all 3 of his ex-wives.
Whoa.
Then finally I realized that he was looking for a toy to play with, not a marriage partner. But I was not tricked. Of course, I've had a hard time receiving psychiatric treatment for several years, but now overcame it. The day he left for the last time is still unforgettable. He took a Barbie doll out of his pocket. A string was tied around the doll's neck. Then he lifted the rope and let the doll hang by itself. And he said, "That's a pity. I wanted to make you like this." And he slammed the door shut and never came back. I gained a great realization since then. The realization is that human beings are more terrifying than devils. And those beings with a human's appearance, but are actually devils, are walking around you now as well.
Yo, okay, that... See, what is... I come back for another SSF, and weird stuff happens, bro. It could just never be a normal SSF. Just something weird and creepy gotta happen. It's just something weird gotta happen on the side, man. Really? Oh, that really hurt me. I don't know. Oh, that hurt me. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, you guys.